What's going on, guys? Today we're going to do something that I haven't done a whole lot on this channel. We're going to talk about the Pixel tablet. There are some interesting news stories floating around about this device, and I think a lot of people are doing what you typically do. You're having fun, you're speculating about what it might mean, and I think most people are speculating in one direction, but I am going to take us on a different journey. I'm going to speculate into an entirely different direction, but in order to do this, we need to kind of lay everything out. So the first thing we need to talk about is this report from Android Authority where they are stating that the Pixel Tablet 2 has been canceled. Now, it's not as simple as just that because only days before this report from Android Authority came out, another report on another website came out saying that the Pixel Tablet 3 had been canceled. So the idea would be that the Tablet 2 would come out here shortly, but then the 3 was not going to come out, and presumably the Pixel tablet line at that point would be dead. But this report from Android Authority said, hold on, wait just a moment. It's actually the Pixel Tablet 2 that is canceled. Now, this can then go one of two different directions, right? That can mean that the Pixel Tablet series, the line of devices, is just now dead. Another thing that goes into the Google graveyard, which I do think is blown way out of proportion for the most part, but it could go that way, or it could go a different way. You may or may not remember this, but there was this leak of a Pixel Fold prototype that came out a while back, and you may be wondering, Shane, how is this possibly relevant? And it's relevant because Google does have a history, and this shows this to be true, of developing hardware internally, saying this is just not good enough, and then scrapping it and trying something else later on. They eventually did come to the Pixel Fold that we did get. So it's possible that it's something like that that's going on, right? That the Pixel Tablet 2 just wasn't up to snuff. So they're canning it, but we are going to get the Pixel Tablet 3, which would just be called the Pixel Tablet 2, presumably. So let's put a pin in that one. The Pixel Tablet 2 that was coming isn't coming. There may be a different Pixel Tablet 2 coming, or the series may be canceled. We don't know the answer to that question just yet. But we do have another new report this morning, also from Android Authority, but this time it is Camilla Wojciechowska. And they say that they have the details, the specifications on that now canceled Pixel tablet. What was it going to be that apparently wasn't good enough? And honestly, without being able to see the device physically speaking and see if the bezels changed, if the design changed, all these sorts of things, it does seem like it was going to be a fairly decent upgrade. Camilla says that we were going to be going from the Tensor G2 all the way up to the Tensor G4, so a similar glow up in that regard to the Pixel Fold going to the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, although it was going to be a slightly cut down version of the Tensor G4, kind of similarly to what we have seen in the A-series Pixel devices. So it might have run just a little bit hotter, the efficiency might have been a little bit worse, but would have still been a pretty darn significant upgrade. We were going to be getting a 5G modem, a 120 hertz display, some new cameras, but I think most interestingly was the fact that we were going to be getting a 4K video output as well as some accessories to add a keyboard as well as a stylus. You can see on the screen right now, I'm showing this little animation showing the new desktop mode that Google is testing with the Pixel tablet in beta. You've got this little pill at the top of the screen that you can drag down, goes into a desktop mode. The taskbar now becomes pinned to the bottom like a desktop operating system, and applications open up in windows that can be moved around. Why am I showing you this? Because I think that combined with the keyboard accessory and the 4K output might sort of indicate that Google was taking productivity a bit more seriously on this device than they have in the past. Now, of course, I may just be reading the tea leaves and finding patterns where there are none, and if I'm going to go down that road, I might as well go extra far down that road and talk about the other reports that Chrome OS is basically just going to become Android. It's going to get absorbed into Android, and future quote-unquote Chromebooks will basically just be running Android. Google does also reportedly have a laptop coming that might be running Android with this sort of desktop UI on top of it. So then you have to kind of start to wonder, how does this tablet make sense? And honestly, a tablet with a keyboard accessory and a stylus with this new revamped version of Android that is specifically called out in the reporting as being good on tablets, I think it makes as much sense as ever. So personally, I think that I would be pretty surprised if the Pixel tablet line is actually dead, and I'm thinking that what might actually be happening here is quite the opposite. It's Google preparing to take this sort of productivity thing with tablets and laptops even more seriously. It's possible that we are seeing Google revamping Android to be better suited on these large screens with this desktop mode, with rumors that they are working on Chrome supporting extensions on Android, with rumors that Linux applications may soon be actually usable on Android. There is a tablet with a keyboard accessory. There is a full-fledged premium laptop coming. Again, I may just be reading the tea leaves here incorrectly, but there does exist in these tea leaves a very interesting direction for Google to be taking, wherein they try to directly compete with the iPad and with the MacBook. Things could be very, very interesting very, very soon. And yes, I do actually think that canceling the Pixel Tablet 2 does make sense in this general hypothesis, right? Because it's entirely possible that that device just wasn't going to fit this new vision in terms of its design, its features, and its internal hardware. It might not have been good enough for what they're trying to do. If they're really going to try to compete with the iPad, they can't just kind of ship out another mediocre tablet like the first one was. Cancel it, make something much better, delay the whole thing a little bit and get it right, stick the landing. The software will actually be ready by the time you launch what is going to be the Pixel Tablet 2. It's there with a potential Pixel laptop as well. It all comes together and makes a lot of sense. At least it makes sense to me, but I want to hear your guys' comments down below because I am absolutely setting sights on speculation station for today's journey, and I want you guys to tell me, am I out of my mind? Does this make sense? Is this something you would actually want to see them do? Do you think they could do it? How do you think they should go about doing it? Sound off in those comments down below, guys. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more content like this, and until next time, stay nerdy, my friends.